Did you know that the Caribbean earns less from cruise ships than any other region globally? What should we do about this? I'm Kalila from Money Media, giving you money news for the Caribbean. So a World Bank official dropped a bomb recently when she reveals that the Caribbean earns less from cruise ships than any other region globally. And that's despite being the cruise industry's most popular destination. Caribbean director at the World Bank, Lilia Burunchik, said the region's tourism model is unsustainable and that individual countries need to come together. She described it as a race to the bottom because the region is not acting as a region. According to Statista, the global cruise industry peaked over $42 billion in revenue in 2024, with a record 35 million passengers sailing last year. But for the 2023-24 season, the Caribbean only earned about $4.2 billion from cruise. That's only about 10% of the total global value of the industry. On top of that, a report from the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association found that an average port call last season with roughly 4,000 passengers and over 1,600 crew generated about $369,000 in onshore spending. That's just about $100 per passenger. And I mean, money is money, but that's $100 spread across dozens of port communities and micro businesses, not exactly raining cash. The World Bank said the current operation is not sustainable for the long-term success of Caribbean tourism. Burunchik suggested implementing an environmental tax for the Caribbean Sea and having all cruise ships pay it. She said that the World Bank research already shows that cruise ship passengers would back a special tax. It's just to get all the countries on board and working towards the same goal. Now, this is something I've been saying for years. As far back as 2006, I did a radio commentary titled Tax the Tourist, which was later published in my second book, Shades of Red. At the time, the Belize City Council was complaining that they had to pay sanitation workers to clean up the mess left by cruise tourists, but they weren't receiving any portion of the mere $7 head tax. I wrote, the Belizean people are tired of being taxed. Let's tax the tourist. Why not? Their governments do it to us. Did you know that out of the fare for every airline ticket for travel outside the US, $42 is a tax that goes directly to the US government? And in Europe, up to 30% of the cost of every ticket is tax. At the time, Alaska was contemplating raising their cruise tax to $50 per person, and Bermuda, an overseas British territory, was charging $60 per person. While in Belize, we were afraid that going higher than $7 would make us uncompetitive. It's high time that us in the Caribbean should stop allowing the global tourism industry to take advantage of us. Higher tourism taxes is one way we can get our fair share. And that's the bottom line. What are your thoughts? Should the Caribbean implement a higher tax for cruise ships? Let me know in the comments. Go to getmoneynews.com for more info like this straight to your inbox. The link is in my bio or in the description. Let's get this money.